Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update for this fine Saturday morning. If you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. So yeah, as you can see, we've had that hunt to the upside already that we were talking about in last night's video. I was saying obviously the likely scenario is over the weekend that we basically that we squeeze to the upside, and we'll probably potentially range in here. Obviously the liquidity is to the upside, so yeah, I mean that made sense. It made sense for us to squeeze up. Obviously it doesn't mean that over the course of the rest of the weekend we can't come back down, or even on Sunday evening when the CMEs come back down to potentially close any gap that we will have. But yeah, as it stands at the moment, looking good. I wouldn't expect any more of a squeeze up over the weekend. I would just expect this range to hold now, with the high being put in around 11.5. And the lower around 11,000, and just play out this range. I mean, we could realistically play out this range for beyond the weekend also, before then making a move to the upside. But either way, we are back in the golden zone, for Bitcoin, as it stands at the moment. Traditional markets all had great closers, so that was obviously heavily biasing my view that the liquidity was to the upside, and that we were gonna at least trade sideways or upwards. But yeah, all looking very, very good here. We've got a few horizontals, one that we've breaking through here, another one that we ran into here. But yeah, I mean, all these we've had quite a strong move up, so obviously at some point we'll digest that move, and that could easily take us down back down to back test the top of this horizontal that we broke out of. An important one, a very important one here, obviously behind the 10.6 one on the 10,000. This is a very important one for this for this higher range here. Looking very positive, looking very positive, guys. Obviously the dollar took a beating. We don't need to look at the chart, we looked at it yesterday. Dollar took a beating, stocks went to the moon, silver made a big move, gold looking good again. It feels like we are back in business, guys. Obviously economic data points are coming in bad, jobs are bad, everything's bad, but I think we are back in that environment of bad is good for markets. Obviously bad is bad for people, but who cares about people, eh? Rich people, people in charge, they only care about the markets, and bad just means good for them because they can print more, inflate their assets, it will increase the wealth divide, and basically take control of the world. So I'm going to set up another YouTube channel where I will just go, I'll basically will just rant about generally it will be ranting about the inequality that goes on, the corrupt financial system, and I'll just probably have various articles each day that I'll then talk through and just basically rant the same points about how disgraceful the system is and how rigged it is against people, and what the potential solutions are. But yes, look out for that. And then obviously I don't have to bore you guys with it in these trading videos. But yeah, Bitcoin here, looking good. I mean, we're in the range. Not really too much to look at. Obviously, major markets are closed. We are finally going bullish. If you look in the title of the video, we have been neutral for a long time. We were bearish, then we went neutral, and basically I think actually we were neutral the whole time. Actually, I don't think I said bearish, because bearish would have been a break below 10k, and bullish again would have been the break above 11k. So this whole region, I think we were just neutral. But yeah, now bullish again. So constructive price action. We'll have a look at some stochastics just to flatter ourselves and Bitcoin, because clearly they're going to be looking good. So yeah, 4 hour this can obviously stay jammed up here for a while, but yeah, I mean, maybe it's going to cool us off over the weekend. Like I said, you guys know how much I like the back tests. The back testing around this breakout area here would be completely normal, and then if we find that as support and then move on upwards, that's when big buyers come in. When you get the first initial move across this range, obviously you're getting some buyers, but you're getting actually a lot of the buying pressure is shorters stopping out. and that pops us up. So then when we then eventually, once the shorters are out of their positions, some people that will long will then sell. Some shorters will actually resell. And once we get back down to the level, that's when the big buying comes in, and that's when we get like the proper sustained push upwards and onwards. If that is to happen, obviously it doesn't always happen. You get fake outs and come back down, but yeah, that is when the big buys come in. The big buys don't pile into a breakout here where they are fighting for liquidity with people that are short and they have to buy. Either they're getting liquidated, stopping out, or just having to close out the positions. The big buyers, they want to buy well, as we come down at the level, and back up when they're not fighting for liquidity with the shorters that are getting wrecked. But anyway, you can probably guess my views on those shorters. And to be honest, I was talking about this to one of my friends who's heavily into Bitcoin, and he was basically having a go at to me about the people that were shorting, saying, oh, why were they shorting, they're idiots, blah blah blah. And I was saying to him, look, the charts did look bad. We did look bad. We did look like we were going to break down. Bitcoin was weak. And I pretty much said to him, I think it was only MicroStrategies that saved us around 10k, and then Jack Dorsey coming in as well. I think that is what's tipped it for us, because Bitcoin was still massively underperforming how the stock markets were moving and how the dollar was going down again. But I think that gave us the kick in the rear. So yeah, I mean, those two external factors, I literally said to him, look, I think to be honest, the shorters did have it right technically, but obviously they got whammed by whatever the dudes at MicroStrategy's name is and Jack Dorsey. So they got slammed by them. So hey, that is what it is. These things happen. In much the same way she popped the market up when we were looking very weak before as well. Not that he did it directly by buying Bitcoin, and not that he had any interest in Bitcoin. Obviously the other two guys, they clearly got an interest because they bought the Bitcoin, but yeah, that obviously triggered algos. But yeah, 10-hour Stokes looking very good here. I mean, again, this could stay jammed up here for a prolonged period, or we could cool off. So we could have a nice bullish reset. 12 hour still got some nice room to run though. Daily has got some nice room to run. 2 days got some nice room to run. 3 days got forever to run. 5 days got basically forever to run if it keeps going. Weekly, now it's looking like we've got a proper kink. We've got a proper kink in the weekly. So this looks like it's on the mend to turn back up. I mean, bi-weekly can stay up there. Monthly can just keep doing its thing. We won't look into those too much. What we will do is have a look at our good old bi-weekly 9 on the sorry, bi-weekly, that's a bi-daily, but bi-weekly 9. So here we go, textbook, well, correction off the weekly 9, and well, we are looking to take it out again. I mean, basically back above this level. I mean, we kind of know it anyway in our minds. Back above 12,000, and we are back in bizzleness. But yeah, so yeah, looking good. I mean, literally, this is sort of a bigger version of what I'm talking about on the shorter time frame. Obviously we broke out, fantastic back test, and then the real buying can then come in. I mean, and then even if you like what I've just said about how MicroStrategies come in looking like they came in about here, Jack Dorsey looking like he came in obviously about here. I mean, that is indicative of what I'm saying about the big buying coming in. The big buying, they didn't fly into the market and say, right, I'm buying 500 million or I'm buying 50 million or whatever at this level when we broke out. They basically well, bought the move back up basically, or bought the back test, and that is how big money rolls, because they just got big positions to fill. They can't, if they FOMO'd in here, would probably go up to about 15-16k and then come all the way back down, and then they're not there to buy. Then they potentially think about getting out of the positions, and then we just collapse. So yeah, something for you guys just to be aware of, just how markets trade. But yeah, how I'm talking about, yeah, so what I'm saying, basically, here's the back test, bounce off there, nice, and then we can hopefully go onwards and upwards. If we go back to the 4 hour, as you can see, yeah, so we broke out, so we see a back test back down, and then have a nice bounce up, just fantastic, it's great. That is basically what we want to see. To be honest though, even if we don't see that back test anytime soon, and we basically just keep the squeeze on, I mean, we can clearly keep our keep our foot on the pedal here, basically keep the pressure on the bears and keep squeezing upwards to about 12k, maybe even pop up to 12k. That is a definite possibility. And then we can then play out this range, potentially come back down to 11k and then move back up. Yeah, we could easily do that. So, but realistically, as long as we're in this range, then we are looking good. And we have got lots of potential ways to basically screw these bears. So that is it, guys. I will probably have an update later on this evening. We'll have a great weekend, whatever you guys are up to. Yeah, I'll maybe do an update on my first venture into actual yield farming. Obviously it is a buzzword. It has been for a while. First time I've really got involved with a tiny project. First time, yeah. So I mean, this is not. I'm not involved with the project. It's not shill. It's nothing like that. It's just something that I saw, actually from another YouTube channel, and I just thought that looks good. I'll give it a go. The coin went up a lot. They released their project, their site. So I did some farming with some of my coins, locked some of my coins up, and yeah, it was just Thought I'd give it a go. It looks good. So yeah, go guys. Thanks for listening. Remember, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later.